Good morning. This is Tom Grimland here with day 14 of our 40 days of prayer for our country. Today is October the 8th, and the verse that's referenced here is Proverbs 15:16, and it says, "Better a little with the fear of the Lord than great wealth with turmoil." Just think about that verse. We're so much better off to have a little with God's blessing and the fear of God than we are to have a lot that has all the turmoil that's attached to that. And the wealthy have that they have that difficulty that's upon them. That doesn't mean the rest of us don't, because wealth is a relative term anyway when you get right down to it. We are certainly one of the wealthiest nations in the world, and we have opportunities beyond what most countries can ever dream of. And we are, for that matter, one of the most generous nations in the world, too. We help everybody all over the world when there's a disaster. More funds, more help come from the United States than anywhere else in the world. And yet, as he points out in here, we can do better. But more than the fact that we can give more and give more of our time, it is that we give with the attitude of thanksgiving to God. We do it for God. We do it for our love of Christ. We don't do it for our love of self, nor do we do things for the gratitude and accolades that we might receive from others. We do it for God because we love Him and we want to serve Him, and we know that everything that we have is a gift from Him. So there are a few prayer points here. Repent of any greed or wrong attitudes concerning money. How much of the money that we have are we ready to give away on a moment's notice if it's called for? Again, God will provide what we need when we need it. We need to be responding to Him. Pray for an increased spirit of generosity in the church. That would certainly go to the idea that we as a church need to be even more giving. And we're a pretty heavily giving church in terms of the ministries that we support, but we can always do more. We just have to have an attitude that says it's not ours, it's His. And then the third thing, ask the Lord to pour out godly fear throughout our land. Oh, wouldn't it be an incredible thing to have in our nation, where those all around the country respond to say, God, this is your money. This is your time. Bless me, Father, as I bless those around me. And He would do that. And then I want to read the prayer that's listed here. It says, Father, I thank you for the way you have poured out abundance upon our nation. Forgive us for the ways we have often hoarded and squandered that wealth. Help us to see from heaven's perspective how wealth is to be viewed and used. Pour out the fear of the Lord that causes us to see all that we have as coming from you. Help us as a nation not to put our trust in our finances, but in you. Give us an even greater spirit of generosity. Oh, folks, if we could pray that and do that and have that attitude of giving that we need so badly. But it all comes from recognizing that it comes from God, and we want to give it back to Him tenfold. Because actually in doing that, we get blessed even tenfold more.